Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums, 'tis I, Captain of the Steves. And today, chums, for you guys out there in the viewerverse, I have some news for No Man's Sky. So let's jump on over into it, shall we? Let's jump on over to the Tinterweb. And here I am, over on the interwebs. And there's been a new update to the experimental branch. And this was first communicated out on the old Twitter space by that bomber boy. Well, that's where I first saw it, which we'll get to that tab in a moment. But anyway, the interesting thing with this whole experimental branch is it seems to be the first step towards making mods supported in a roundabout way. Or it goes a large first step towards making mods more accessible to the masses and easier to implement and easily to get around if there's a problem in loading the mods. So yeah, I'm not going to claim to be a mod expert or anything like that. I mean, I've used mods on my PC mainly to just bring in the E3 Diplo into my gaming experience. So yeah, I have dabbled, but I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, and everything you need to read right now is on the screens. If you want to pause that and give it a read, excellent, eh? But let's jump on over to that bomber boy over on Twitter space, because he does a better job of explaining everything that's inside of these game files. However, there is something that is mentioned in this actual Twitter feed, that the way that Hello Games have packaged the actual file this time is different to how they used to uncompiling it with the mbin compiler, and it could be a little while before they can actually data mine to see if there's anything new inside of there. However, there is a reference scene for derelict freighters containing most of their decoration assets added into the new experimental. Floating objects retain their weightlessness. I don't know whether that means that we might be able to have weightless objects inside of our bases floating about the place, which would be quite nice for low orbit bases, but I don't know when I would take advantage of using base parts that float. But anyway, I don't know whether that's what's being suggested there by that bomber boy, to be fair. Despite Hello Games' minimum documentation of the changes to modding, there are a few latent additions. This likely shows that Hello Games are actively testing this system, and things could change rapidly. Global files can now be hot reloaded via a debug property. Makes for some easier testing. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. It doesn't mean a great deal to me, not being a modder. Mod files now act as patches, only specifying added, changed fields. Multiple mods modifying the same file can be loaded together without merging updates would likely break fewer mods now. Okay, so that means mods can be layered a little bit better without any sort of ambiguity or throwing up of errors. Or that's how I'm reading into that. The new system updates the previously unused GC mod settings file, which also contains fields for the author IDs, last updated timestamps, etc. Whether or not Hello Games are planning on including these, or whether they're simply leftovers, is unclear. Dependency lists are generated but empty for now. Now, for this to be over in PC experimental, I'd imagine this is going to come to PC and PC only, because, you know, mods are already supported on PC right now. But other gaming studios, I'm looking at you Bethesda, are quite good at using mods and bringing them even over to console. I mean, look at Starfield. You can use mods on Starfield on the Xbox. And also Skyrim. Skyrim's probably a better example. I'm wondering whether this is a first step to Hello Games looking for and making shortlists of the mods from PC that are really cool, and maybe transposing those over to console. I don't know whether it would actually make it onto Switch though, or anything like that, and with mods you've got to be very careful. But it could be. It could be. I mean, that's just a bit of speculation there, okay? Don't go and write that down. Oh, Hello Games, and Steve just said that, yeah, it's definitely coming. No, it's something that could be in the wings, and it's something that probably isn't though. Note the download size is rather inflated here, since Hello Games changed their packed file format, causing a full re-download. This also means that the game files cannot be unpacked or read at the moment, and I think they mean by, you know, mbin compiler and the No Man's Sky Assistant app and things like that. may struggle to actually unpack and understand the files at the moment because everything's changed. Well, I say everything. Something's changed. Okay? But yeah, there's some screenshots here. They don't mean anything to me. They honestly don't. No, I'm not really too into all this, but 17 gigabyte update. You know what? I haven't fired up Steam. I haven't started that downloading myself. I'll hit up Steam in the background. There we go. PSA. This change will most certainly break all existing mods, and updates will likely take a fair bit longer than usual. Let me just minimize that for a second. Get rid of that. It will also break existing modding tools. Please do not harass mod creators on Nexus Mods or everywhere. Everyone's working hard to understand and adapt. Okay, so that's a massive thing. So if you are using mods and they're not working, this is why they're not working, and all the modders are trying to get it fixed and understand what's actually changed. Please just be a little bit patient with them. That's pretty much what that's saying. And yeah, I second that. In fact, I'm going to retweet that, repost that. That's done. Lovely jubbly. Seems to be pushed to experimental 22 hours ago. So this is still relatively new news, you know. It only hit experimental 22 hours ago, and people are working hard to understand what these changes mean. But for me, I find this quite exciting. I find this quite interesting. Let's hit on up, because I'm actually over on PC Experimental anyway. Oh yeah, I just came up with 100%, so I think that means mine is actually downloaded already. Oh, you know what? I actually had Steam open the other night, and it looks like this updated on the 3rd of January at 6:34 PM. So it looks like I've already got it. Well, there we go. Lovely jubbly. Cool, yeah. Well, there we are, people. That's pretty much everything I've got for you, to be fair. So hopefully that was news and news enough. But if you're not on PC, not on PC Experimental, if you're not into modding, I suppose this was a bit of a nothing burger for you. So other than that, though, the Liquidators expedition ends on the 6th of January, which is only around the corner, isn't it, really? It's the 4th now. So Sunday is the 5th. Monday is the 6th. If you haven't claimed all of your optional milestones inside of the Liquidators expedition, you might want to jump on in and see if it's actually finalised and get all your mech parts. I think the final part is actually a flamethrower for the mech, which is quite an awesome weapon. And I believe this is the only time we've had the flamethrower for the exomech offered up. So make sure you grab it. Anyway, people, salute Mondo, Happy New Year, goodbye, and goodbye again.